All right, Allison, your audio is live. Your video is live.
We're both live.
We are live.
This is exciting. I'm watching to see if it comes up on... Oh, there it is. Better stop it over on podfeed.com/live. Good. So that worked. Okay, I got a good screenshot of what this looks like to us. Steve, look, smile at the camera for a second. Steve? Oh no, you froze.
I froze?
Yeah. Smile at the camera.
How about that?
Right, hold still. Oh, shoot. Ah, dang it. The joke stopped working. Let me do it one more time.
Okay.
We got to save this for Kevin.
Oh, I can scroll him. You want him in the chat room, right?
Oh, yeah, I wanted him in the chat room. Well, I put him in again.
Okay.
So we have to put some line feeds in. Line feed.
He's showing.
It just the way I see it, he's not yet.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay. All right. Now nobody write anything clever. Steve, smile. All right. There we go. I wanted to send him what we see.
Yeah.
He'll like this.
I think he will.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, unfortunately, his mouth isn't open in the picture, but that's okay. Put this on my desktop. Live show with Kevin. All right, that's perfect. Well, hello, everybody.
Hello,
How
Podfeed.
is everybody today? We have a good show ready. I asked Steve how he liked one of my blog posts. He said, well, it's long. That's a ringing endorsement, dear.
What's our color scheme tonight? Is it blue?
Am I blue? Mm-hmm.
All right, blue
Actually,
it is.
yeah. I think I'm always blue now. Mine are by default that color, right?
Okay.
So I bet my audio is going to be better this week. Okay, so by the way, you guys should all hang on to that GIF of Kevin and then feed it back to me because he's not here. At the very least, or maybe Brett should be in charge of that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who would enjoy doing it is probably TJ, right?
Yeah. No doubt.
But I tell you what, Brett, would you like to anoint TJ as your wingman in training? There we go. I'm shocked to see that he would want to do that. Okay, so good. Let's see. Brett says he can't do it, but I think it would be appropriate for you to have TJ do that. Now, TJ, you're only supposed to do it when I need to save, because if you do it too often, I'll stop paying attention to it, right?
Right. Don't want to cry wolf too much.
Yeah, too much. Just a little bit
Just
of
a little bit
wolf
of
crying.
wolf.
Not all wolf crying. Okay. Is it possible to put an iPad and an iPhone on permanent do not disturb? Can that be done?
Yeah, you hit it with a hammer. That's about the only way I found.
Actually, when the battery dies, right?
Right, that too.
We're having a terrible time with my devices will not sleep. Middle of the night, my phone lights up, my Mac lights up.
Steve
really
lights
distressing. Yeah. All right.
I need a permanent sleep.
Should we make sure they can hear me on recording?
Yeah, let's do it.
And here goes. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com. All right, going back. Tell me if you can hear this. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast.com.
Sounds good here. How about the audience? The NosillaCastaways.
Can they hear us? Can you hear me now? Did you guys hear the recording? I think if you disable the Do Not Disturb schedule and manually turn on DND. Oh,
Thank
really?
you, Sandy.
Okay, good.
Thank you, John.
John's got it. Sandy's got it. Brett's got it. Good
All
job.
right.
All right, it's time for roll call. Hey,
Yes, it
Donald Burr is in the house. You know,
Is
I
he
hardly
live?
go. I don't
Donald,
know.
are you
I
with
hardly
us?
go a week without saying Doom trademark Donald Burr. I believe it is in this episode too. So we have Steve and Donald and Brett and Ian and Marco. Marco, who's Marco? Have we talked before?
I think
Respond
Marco
if you're
showed up
actually here.
last week, didn't he?
Oh, okay.
I think. Is that correct, Marco?
And I don't know. And John and Sandy. We got our bots and TJ and Wheels Up. All right. So I think it's probably time to get the show on the road. What do you think?
Yes. No doubt.
Okay, here we go. Actually, I'm going to save up front. And we're going to save it in the right folder. And see ep semicolon save. All right. Here we go. Muting Steve. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast. Hey, I just realized I'm supposed to drop my music in first. I hear Steve saying yes from the other room, but I've muted him. I like it.
Yes.
Let's see. NosillaCast intro. There we go. Forces me to say it at the right rhythm. I think we like that down to about negative 13. I don't know why it's negative 13, but negative. Oh, actually, no, it's been a little more like 17 lately. You seem to like. Okay. This time, I really mean it. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, May 20th, 2018, and this is show number 680. Well, before we kick into gear, I want to let you know that Steve and I will be out of town for Memorial Day weekend, going to a wedding, actually, in Memphis, Tennessee. I haven't actually been there, I don't think. Anyway, the reason you care is that means there will be no live show on Sunday, the 27th of May. Okay, I don't know if the live show's audience is actually listening. They have a tendency not to, but you guys should pay attention to this. Next Sunday, there will not be a live show. So the other effect is the show, the produced show won't come out until Tuesday, the 29th. It's not going to come out on Sunday, not going to come out on Monday. It's coming out on Tuesday. Now, I know Stephen Getz is going to give me a bunch of grief that he won't have the NosillaCast for entertainment while doing inventory, and George's dogs will be upset on their walk on Monday morning, but there's nothing to be done about it. I can't do it while I'm at a wedding. Anyway, we will be back on a regular schedule on Sunday, June 3rd. By the way, if you were thinking of doing a review, if you wanted to get me a review maybe in the early part of next week, maybe even as late as Wednesday or Thursday, I would just be thrilled to pieces to get a little help on next week's show, because there's no security bits next week, so I've got to fill the whole show myself, and that means I have to do it in 4 days. So if you could dust off those microphones, send in a review, I would really appreciate it. You send those to Allison@podfeet.com. Well, in Chit Chat Across the Pond this week, Bart takes us through installment 54 of X of Programming by Stealth. He finishes up the Bootstrap utilities, and it is as much fun as all the previous segments on Bootstrap have been. We're making these very pretty recipes now using Bootstrap, and we're not done yet. He did tease us with how fun prettifying our tables will be with Bootstrap in an upcoming installment, but he wouldn't tell us how to do it yet. You can find Programming by Stealth in your podcatcher of choice, and it's also available as part of the full Chit Chat Across the Pond feed. And of course, you can always listen to it at podfeet.com. It was a fun episode. We had a good time. Actually, you might notice an increase in audio quality. I did a double ender for the first time, so it's actually Bart's recording of Bart and my recording of me.
So nice, TJ. But
oh God,
you might want to mention what a double ender is to the people who don't podcast.
So it's Bart's recording of Bart and my recording of me.
Each locally recorded and then transmitting the file and bringing the two together. Yeah,
not transmitting the file, but yeah, he sent me the file and I mixed them together. And I did find something interesting. I always start the show by doing a little bit of an introduction, and then I always say, "How you doing today, Bart?" And there's always this big, long pause right before he says, "I'm doing fine." And I've always thought it's just a thing because that's the only time I notice it. But when I got his recording, so he actually recorded both of us, me and him. I recorded me and him, and then I lined him up. I lined his up by looking at my track and then looked at where he fell. And his audio recording of him is shifted forward by like a half a second. So of himself. So I slid it and made it where he heard it. I don't know if that probably makes me sound late now. So I don't know. Anyway. All right.
There we go. Good job, TJ.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Oh, we need another one for chapter markers, don't we? Because he demands it.
Maybe we'll just do them the same. This will serve as chapter markers too.
No, I can't be expecting to know these things.
Well, maybe TJ will have to come up with his own GIF for chapter markers.
I guess.
GIF.
I'm going to do this. There is no URL for this one.
Ooh, your clock. Gotta fix that.
Oh. Surprised TJ didn't tell you. Why does that say Mark? Weird. Oh, Mark 3. That's weird. Marker 3. Okay. Here we go. A few years ago, Evernote changed their pricing models, and a lot of people were pretty upset about it. The free version became kind of limited, for example, only allowing users to sync across 2 devices and some other limitations. But the higher tiers were all subscription pricing, and it was pretty expensive. I wasn't a huge fan of Evernote from a user interface perspective anyway, so I was more than happy to look for an alternative. I switched over to an app from Reinvented Software called Keep It Together, which has morphed now into an application just called simply Keep It, and I've never looked back. Keep It has advanced considerably in the years since, and it's now an absolutely essential tool for me to keep track of information. I use it to store notes I take about programming by stealth, especially emails from Jill and Will about JavaScript and Helma from about CES. Sorry, CSS. Anyway, I keep my jingles for the podcast in it so I can have them at the ready during the live show. I keep my artwork for the podcast in there so, when I'm doing my social media spamming, I can drag them right into my tweets and my Facebooks and all that. I also keep my favorite sushi order and Keep It. Just about anything I need to keep handy goes in there. In fact, I just recently made an animated GIF of Kevin from the live chat room yelling "save" at me, and we've been playing it throughout the show because he's not in there right now. And we figured that would be a good way to commemorate him. And of course, where did I keep it? I put it in Keep It. Anyway, I'm bringing this all up because I'm so enamored with this software that I did a tutorial for Don McAllister's Screencast Online. I'm really pleased with how this came out because there's nothing like teaching a tool to really learn every single nook and cranny of it. I learned so much about how well it syncs data between iOS and Mac, how you can really store absolutely anything in it. I mean, you can store disk images in it. You can store absolutely anything you can store on your Mac. You can store it and Keep It. I learned how flexible it is to match your style of organization. Whether you like folders or albums, they actually call them bundles and Keep It, or maybe you like tagging or you like colored labels, whatever way you like to organize things, Keep It has you covered. There's also a lot of flexibility in pricing. If you hate subscriptions, the Mac app can be bought outright, or you can do it via subscription. The iOS version is subscription only, though. Anyway, check it out at Screencast Online, where you can watch a preview of the video, or check out the free 10-day trial and watch the whole thing. I warn you, though, you could very likely wind up subscribing to Screencast Online for reals if you do go watch these videos.
Wouldn't that be sad?
Yeah, that would break our hearts, right?
Break Don's heart.
All right.
Wait, my light turned off.
Yeah, really. Huh?
What did you... My light...
Whose light turned off?
Mine.
What? Okay.
Must have hit something.
Oh, that's supposed to be that. I think I did this backwards. Backblaze B2. I'm doing this backwards. Should be this way. And this should be this way. And this should be this way. There we go.
Someone had a sound problem? TJ's getting a sound problem overmodulated in Discord. Oh, in Discord.
Let's see, overmodulated. Cut in and out.
Frank says SEO, never heard of it.
Nice, Frank. Frank writes
well
for Screencast Online magazine, so yeah, he knows about it a little bit. Okay, so now I should have had this ready. I need to go connect to server and large video. So this week, I didn't get a lot of posts done because Steve and I were working on a really fun project. I got a new Drobo 5N2 to test. And there it is. And I'm going to do a full review of it, but we did a ton of testing. We probably spent, 4 or 5 hours working on it. I was writing things up, and then some stuff started to get weird. So we're not done with it yet, but it should come out next week. But that's going to be pretty fun. All right. Backblaze.
Never heard of it.
Let's see. How much of an introduction do I do on this?
Did you do your chapter mark?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
By the way, I had muted you, and then you unmuted you, so I remuted you.
Oh, thanks.
No, but that was great, because if you ever forget, or if I do it and you redo it, I can still, because I can easily glance down real quick and tap the right button, or even I can probably tap the button without looking. It's so nice and big on Memo Call.
So what you're saying is we kind of can cover for each other.
Yeah.
Or negate each other's actions.
Yeah.
It's kind of an logical NAND.
Huh. Sorry, I'm confused. Brett just said I got a 5D3 back in October, but it's incompatible with the drives I had, so it sits on my shelf till I can afford new ones.
I thought
what kind of drives don't work with it?
All drives, all standard 3.5-inch drives.
Yeah, 3.5. Well, it actually, I think you can even do SSDs if you got that much money.
Yeah.
What kind of drives couldn't it take?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe 5D3, is that a really...
That's the direct attached.
Is it a really late model, a recent model?
Yeah. Huh. I mean, it's a 3-bay direct attached.
Brett's
typing now. They were older, slower SATA drives that were my Gen 2 Drobo. Huh.
Well, and did you reformat them, Brett?
Or were you trying to keep the same data or something?
Oh yeah, that might.
I don't know. SATA.
TJ must like SATA.
I'm going to listen to this section while Brett tells us what's going on, because that doesn't sound right.
All right.
We're okay with reformat. You could very likely wind up subscribing to Screencast Online for reals if you do go watch these videos. The Nosilla castaways know that I'm a big fan of Backblaze for my offsite backups. They were fantastic. Boy, do I sound like I'm from the Midwest in that? For my offsite backups. Isn't that what it sounds like?
A little.
There's a jet going over. Oh, my window's open. Well, we'll listen a little bit. Helping me get started. This is video. I have a little B2 cloud storage piece of foam here so we can pretend this is a live demo of data. But anyway, I am here with Terry LoBianco to talk not just about that, but also about their B2 cloud storage. But start with explaining where Backblaze got started and what you've advanced it to.
Great. Thank you, Allison. So the company started with personal...
Wow, her voice sounds better than mine.
Well, she's a professional.
I'm just a hack. All right. Let's see. So after that, I'm going to do a chapter marker. Are they chapter marks or chapter markers?
Well, Final Cut is chapter markers.
Yeah.
But maybe different apps use different terminology.
Yeah, maybe.
I think many of them use chapter markers.
Copy link. Uh-oh. Have my original done. When you have Stellar Voyager. I'm just really curious about that. That doesn't sound right. Brett, we should get together and chat about that. That doesn't sound right. I mean, unless Drobo told you, yeah, that ain't ever going to work. That doesn't sound right.
I don't know about that.
Steve is constantly quoting the Amazon Echo Silver spoof from Saturday Night Live. If you guys haven't heard that,
that's pretty funny, especially for us old folks.
Yeah. All right. I read the documentation. Oh, that's just crazy talk.
Read it. Wow.
Bummer.
Desperate.
I might be able to send you a couple of 2 terabyte drives, Brett. I am probably going to end up with some extras after this shenanigans we're doing with the other one. So let me know if you think you might want those. Probably costs a lot of money to ship. But if you pay the shipping, you can probably have 2, I think, right?
So this is a new thing. Memo Live tells me when the stream has performance issues, and it's telling me that right now.
Oh,
so I'm curious if anyone is seeing a degraded video stream on YouTube. Or on or at podfeed.com/live.
You might want to plug into
Ethernet?
into Ethernet.
I don't know if I want to do it during the show.
No, it won't hurt anything. I promise.
I guess I can do it in parallel.
No, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go do it.
Oh,
No,
did you remove
no,
the
no,
other
no, no, the other end.
Okay.
Let me do it. Hang on. You entertain the audience. And why are you wearing those headphones?
Oh, that's right.
Silly. Put your real ones on. I'm gonna leave the switch plugged in for this. Otherwise, your lights will go off.
Man, I could hear things all the way to Pluto with these things.
Those are awesome. So go up here and open network preferences.
What are we gonna do?
We're just going to make sure it sees your Ethernet.
Yep.
Yeah, Ethernet's connected. So just go back up
Select
here
it.
and turn. Yeah, it'll just auto-select.
Yep.
Close it. And,
Ooh,
what'd you just
just
lose?
lost you.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
So
I
you
can reconnect.
may
Jenny.
yeah.
I'll fix it. So turn Wi-Fi off.
It's off.